update right now?
The update with Fani Willis. Because that's what everybody's talking about. We knew the judge was going to come back.
And everybody got their opinions on it.
Yeah.
Fox and
everybody
CNN,
has their opinion.
Everybody and their mama.
Right.
Including their mama, our mama.
Right. Everybody and their mama got an opinion. There's only really one real answer. Or, I mean, you can have your variations of the opinion. The bottom line is Trump is guilty and the trial needs to go on.
Oh, yeah.
So however you feel the way you get to it, everybody can have that opinion.
When will we get to it? That's the big delay is what he wants.
Exactly.
Whether he is guilty or not, he wants it delayed.
Why are you delaying the inevitable? It's like a trapped animal. I understand him, but I'm talking about the people on the outside. The trapped animal, the one that's in the cage that'll gnaw his own arm off to get out, I expect him to delay. Why are other people in favor of him delaying? Get it over with.
Not the court case people that's handling the case.
Right? I'm talking about the mega people.
Oh, of course. They want what he wants. They want him in office.
They are so... I told you, it's here, look. So for those of you who've been under a rock, who don't know, Fani Willis, the DA in the Georgia case against Trump, where he pretty much tried to lie and steal the election, called the official on the phone, told him to give him 11,000 votes, find him wherever he can. Where are you supposed to find them at?
Make them up.
Make them up? Is that what you were asking them to do?
Some Jane Does and John Does we can do.
Even if you don't even believe that, believe the words that actually came out of his mouth, which he talked about those black women that was working for the elections, called them everything but a crackhead, said they was maybe dealing drugs.
Oh, gosh.
And had these mega people terrorize the poor grandmother and the woman, black woman, in Georgia. Saying that they hid ballots and did all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, all shady stuff that he would normally do.
Ruin their lives.
It's funny because when you're doing something shady or you a slickster,
you think everybody else is like you.
Yeah, and you know what people do to be slickster, so you start naming the stuff that you do.
Thank you.
They probably are smoking crack and passing stuff around.
Right, and grabbing women in the washroom like what I did. So the bottom line is, even the fact that he ruined their lives, he's guilty. So what are we doing? Why are we wasting time? Which is what Fani Willis did. And that's why she made me mad. And I was upset with her. Big dummy. Dating this ugly black man. Now you could have, if he was good looking, at least I would say, well, she, he was the Rock.
Call her a name.
Who could resist the Rock? This dude, she could date anybody in Georgia. She's picking him.
It just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how educated you are.
If you're a dumb woman, you're a dumb woman.
You can make a bad decision on who you're dating and going out with and spending time
Most of us have been there. I've been there too. I've gone back and looked at some of the men that I liked or whatever and went, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
At that time, I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm looking at him now going, I wouldn't even turn around and talk to him.
It's so funny because our fleshly desires, our hormones, they tend to take over and our smartness it's like it's totally shut down.
Well, the judge stepped in and said, I'm gonna break up this little hoo-ha. Even though y'all said y'all not dating anymore. He came back and said, you got to either remove him from the case or you're going to have to remove both of y'all and get out of here and start over again. So everybody knew what was going to happen. Yeah. She either was going to remove him or he was going to remove himself, which we knew he was going to do.
He had to go.
So it says, Nathan Wade resigns after judge makes it a condition for Fani Willis to remain on the Trump case. We all knew he was going to step down. He had already made mistakes anyway. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis accepted the resignation of Nathan Wade, her top special prosecutor in the former President Donald Trump's election interference case, after a Georgia judge made Wade stepping aside a condition of allowing Willis to remain in the case. The decision bolsters chances that 15 defendants, including former President Donald Trump, will face trial in Georgia for attempting to overturn the 2020 election. Now, we talked about this yesterday. I said that he wasn't going to dismiss her because he dismissed 6 charges.
Okay.
That told me ahead of time he wasn't going to dismiss her.
I wonder if they even, because he's being dismissed, he probably won't be able to touch anything after this moving forward. Like
not on this case.
The judge says with the 6, you got the 6 cases that were removed.
The 6 charges.
Charges. It would have to be a whole nother person or team to help her find the reasons for
yes.
why.
Yes.
Because he's out of the picture.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, of course, the Democrats do what they always do, which is what I said it did with Biden and that her report, where that guy said that they're not going to prosecute him for taking home documents because he's an old, evil old man that don't remember nothing. And they took offense to that.
Grandpa forgot.
Yeah, they took offense to that. Rather than looking a gift horse in the mouth, taking the fact that they didn't prosecute him. They didn't like how he worded everything. Well, the same thing with this one. Of course, they're attacking the judge. You didn't have to say you didn't like. In other words, he was saying, "Look, I don't like what went down, but it doesn't put to the point to where we need to totally take you off the case. It looks suspicious." That's kind of what he's saying.
Okay.
And I don't like that you. I'm rewording. This is not what the judge said. I don't like how you was paying for stuff in cash and. We can't look it up. We can't find the records or something. But it doesn't look good.
Right.
To keep both of y'all on this case, it doesn't look good.
Right.
You got too many holes and too many things going on.
We're dealing with just you still being on it, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, of course, the Democrats don't like that. You chastising this poor black woman that she can't have a relationship. Mm-hmm. Again, they so stupid. They don't look at the whole thing. They look at how somebody words something. Mm-hmm. The whole politically correct thing. Mm-hmm. Don't talk about me. Don't call me a moron. Everybody's in their feelings. Mm-hmm. That's the far left side. Mm-hmm. The parts that I don't like. You can't call nobody a moron. Nobody's stupid. You can't say anything about anybody. Uh-huh. So you're mad at the judge for saying he didn't like what he thinks looks bad. Rather than just take what he said, she could stay on the case.
One of the things that they were saying I was listening to the news when Mama was listening, the fact that she was talking about the case pretty much at that church.
Exactly.
And
he didn't like that either.
I was thinking to myself, we have to stop doing that, especially as black people.
Thank you.
I know we run to the church. We want them to, hey, man, we got your back. But I really felt that everything dealing with this case, dealing with Donald Trump, should not be broadcast, should not be spoken over a pulpit or anything, especially, Fani, if your hands are seen dirty. So I get it. We run to the church. The church will support you most of the time. They'll be your backup. Mm-hmm. They'll pray for you or whatever, pray you through it. Oh, touch not my anointed. They'll quote scriptures. No weapon formed against me.
We talked about that. And it has nothing to do with her.
Don't talk about the case. You shouldn't mention anything about what's going on in that courtroom.
And the weapons formed against her came from her.
Yeah, because the enemy gonna form. If he sees an opening, a crack, if the enemy sees a crack, he gonna rip through there and use that against you.
Now, those 2 black women that was working on the night of elections, that's no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Yes.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just here.
Mother said that
I'm here working, doing my job. And all of a sudden, I'm getting attacked from everywhere.
Yes.
That's no weapon formed against you. Not Fani. She formed those weapons.
She caused them to be formed.
Well, the judge said that the prosecutors have a choice. He gave them a choice. If Wade does not resign from the case, Willis must step aside and refer the prosecution to the prosecuting attorney's counsel for reassignment.
Okay.
She ain't gonna do that because now you really prolonging it. So she had to let her ugly boyfriend go. So he left. Then it said Willis in a letter accepted Wade's resignation. She complimented him for his professionalism and his dignity.
He had no choice.
He had no choice.
You had to be professional. You can't. The way the spotlight is on you, you was not gonna go out any other kind of way.
Now she wasn't professional. All I remember her saying is he said, all a woman can do for me is make me a sandwich.
Yeah.
I don't recall him saying anything negative about her.
Right. See?
He could have talked about her and he didn't.
And I really didn't take heart to all of the when she was being questioned.
Right.
Some of the responses, just it was an air about her. And I'm like, Lord, I'm not dogging her. I'm so proud of her and where she's at and her dad and the whole thing of her, where, where she's come from and what she's learned.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, we can't be haughty.
Exactly.
In anything God has given you. You're a blessed woman. Walk with humility. And even like when I listened to Letitia in New York, there's a difference about her spirit
exactly
than it is
she
with Fani.
Yeah.
It seems like she don't take no mess, but
there's just a he continues getting high. He continues being.
All right, you got to turn us down off of your thing, Wendy.
I just said.
Oh, she did, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, she blonde today.
Oh my.
Whoa. Gentlemen's prefer blonde.
Uh-oh.
A kiss on the hand.
And guess what? And guess what?
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
And guess what?
What?
I'm not a dumb blonde.
Exactly.
No.
That's right. That's right.
You're right about that.
That's right.
You representing the smart one.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
So we're in the middle of talking about the Fani Willis and update on how she the judge came back and said remove your ugly boyfriend.
Trapped by endless ads while watching your
and
favorite
that's what
videos.
she did.
There's a way.
Oh, what happened? Oh, remove your ugly boyfriend, and that's what she did. And he stepped down. He resigned before she had to fire him. And
wow.
Now the case can go on.
Wow, he stepped down, huh?
He really had no choice.
He had no choice. Yeah, he had no choice. But another thing that I want to say, and this is to all of the mega people, they have been all on the internet all day talking about how the judge should have sat Fani Willis down. Let me say this for the 150th time. Mega people, you support a hustler
they don't see
who
it that
cheats
way,
on his wife, agrees with grabbing the women by the you know what.
A hustler, yeah.
And he's also a moron.
They don't agree with that part of it. But hustler,
he didn't even know he was president of Puerto Rico.
And Andrew Franklin are still alive. Yeah, he can't.
He knows how to read Hitler's book, but he doesn't know how to read anybody else's unless it has pictures in it.
2 Corinthians.
Leave Fani Willis alone. We'll deal with Fani Willis. All right?
Yes.
Because we don't like Trump or Biden. But those of you who are on this Trump campaign, drinking the Kool-Aid in South America, like Jim Jones people, you don't need to talk about anybody. I don't care if Fani Willis showed up in a bathing suit, bikini, and decided to try him. She could do no worse than the monster who you support. Now, if you were a person who was voting for Trump, and you were voting for him because of his policies, I'm not talking about you. You can list, I like this, I like he did this, I like this, I like character. I don't like abortion, I'm this, taxes, this, no. You're not a moron. Okay? I'm going to be real clear. Because you have actual policies that you like, that you support him.
In spite of
him being a numbskull. I'm talking to the people who make excuses for him being the biggest, dumbest man that has run for the president of the United States. Stop making excuses for him. You didn't see us making excuses for Fani Willis, did you? We called her out for what she did. We said she was wrong. Now let's move on.
Yeah. If you see wrong, you see wrong, you're going to say it.
Wrong is wrong.
And that's our opinion on it. But as far as you give your opinion, if you feel like they are okay, even in with the wrongdoing, you think it's okay or you justify it, just call it what it is. Just be transparent.
Thank you. Just be transparent. No one likes when people are, you take up for one person that does the same thing somebody else is doing.
Right. It's hypocrisy.
And if you are going to be a hypocrite, at least say that.
Yeah, I know I'm a hypocrite.
Say, I know I'm a hypocrite.
I know.
I say I'm a hypocrite. I don't like fat men.
Yeah, you are.
That's a hypocrite.
It sure is. Amen, sister. Okay. But call it what it is.
Call it what it is.
Don't justify for it and don't try to cover it up.
I know that's a hypocrite. I know, guys. I know. Okay. I'm a big person. You would think I wouldn't discriminate against somebody for being big. Mm-hmm. It's hypocritical and it's wrong. But call it what it is. Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I think we only can fight over a sandwich. That's why I don't want a big guy. And when we hug each other, we can't come together.
Your first husband, y'all, he was thin and tall.
My first husband, my only husband.
Your only husband, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was tall and thin.
Yes.
Y'all look like a 10.
You taking his joke. That's stale.
He said that too.
You knew that was his joke. That's the other thing. Stop ripping people's jokes off. He said that, and she trying to act like she came up with it just now on this.
Wendy don't know who came up with that joke. Just as long as I got a chuckle, nobody cares who.
You doing what Cat Williams said? You stealing people's jokes.
It don't matter.
He said that. He said we look like a 10 walking down the street, and then she gonna sit up here and try to steal his joke. You guys look like a 10. Oh, that's his joke.
I thought it was funny.
All right. Okay. But don't say you came up with it.
I didn't say that.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so that's enough. I'm done with, are we done with Fani Willis, y'all?
Let's move on. We got a lot of other stories before we go to Wendy's storytelling.
I hope we're done with Fani Willis. We're not.
Because
Trump doesn't have a defense. So he's not done with her.
That's why
he's going to keep talking about it.
That's why he's delaying as much as he can.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Mm-hmm. Sick of Fani Willis. But I'm sure we'll talk about her again.